Elliot, welcome to Bradford City, 2-year deal penned. How's that come about?
Well, first of all, I'm buzzing to be here and can't wait to get started in pre-season. But it first came about from a call from my agent, just saying that Bradford might be interested, and then it just kind of developed from there. But from the minute I heard that they were interested, it was straight ahead, let's get the deal done. Because like I said, I can't wait to get started now. So yeah, I'm buzzing.
And what was it that attracted you here then?
I think the club speaks for itself. The size of the club, just the size of the club, the fan base. Obviously, we shouldn't be in the league we are in the situation, but it's only down to the players who can get the club out of that situation. So I'm here to work hard and get the club where they should be. And like I said, they're a massive club, which should really be Championship, pushing for Premier League with the fan base and the history. So yeah, like I said, I can't wait to get started.
It's been a difficult period sort of in the world for everybody involved. Has that sort of had implications on you and the sort of deal that you've been trying to tie up? Has it taken maybe any longer than it would have done usually?
Yeah, I think it has taken a bit longer just to restrictions, and social distancing and people on furlough and stuff like that. But I think it's actually been a really good time for me. It came at a good time in my life and career where I had to reflect on the direction I was heading in and what I wanted to do. So from when the last game was on March the 10th for Carlisle, from that moment on I've just been working really hard at my game, both physically and mentally, improving on my shot sharpness, which is my weakness in my game, just trying to make my weaknesses into my strengths and become an all-round top player. So I think it's been a really good period for me actually.
You've met Stuart and Kenny, obviously, having not really worked with them before. What have them early conversations been like? Encouraging?
No, they're great people, and I think that's a massive thing for me. I need to play under a manager who's one, a great person, but two, wants to push me and wants to make me better. And from the early conversations with the gaffer, he's got that in abundance. He wants to improve me and improve the club and get them back where it should be.
And of course, a former Scotland senior international, done quite a lot, played in World Cups, Stuart. And as a Scotland youth international yourself, is that something that you can maybe drive you on, maybe, and it adds a little bit more pressure on you, good pressure in that sense?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's one thing playing for a manager who wants to improve you, but when the manager's been there and done it, and he's got something like 40 caps for his country and played against massive teams, and Bradford when they were up there. It doesn't half help, and all I can do from a player's point of view is just listen to him as much as possible and try to learn as much, and then, like I said, improve my game.
You're a central midfielder. What do you think the supporters can come to expect from you? What kind of a player would you class yourself as?
I'd like to say I'm a ball player. I like to make things happen, but I feel like I can do both sides of the games. I feel like I'm constantly improving and learning, so hopefully when the fans do get back into the ground, which is hopefully soon, because I can't wait to play in front of the fans. It's a massive fan base, and they bring a lot of fans both home and away, so hopefully they'll take to me quite well and enjoy watching me play.
You mentioned the support as a massive sort of part of this club, really, at the heart of this football club. How important are they going to be in this season, over the course of this season, despite maybe we're unsure maybe whether they're allowed or not into the stadium at first? Are they going to be able to drive us on to hopefully what will be success?
No, of course, that's who the players perform for at the end of the day. I'm a football fan myself, so all you want to see as a fan is your players out there giving it 100% on the pitch and trying to do well for the club. So, like I said, once I'm here, I'm working hard and I'm fully committed to the club, to try bring joy to the fans in the stands, because that's ultimately who you're doing it for. You want to put a smile on their face, and that's how I try to play, put a smile on the fans' faces and making things happen, and hopefully we'll have a good season.
You spent a period at Carlisle United last season, obviously just before the curtailment. What have you taken from that? Do you think that you're sort of familiar with the division now and what's required, that kind of thing?
No, definitely. I think Carlisle was really good for me. I went there on Jan the 1st. The manager, Chris Beach, was great for me. He helped my game a lot. The experience in terms of playing first team football, which I think felt like I needed at that time, was great for me, and I learnt a lot. But like I said, COVID came around at well, not say a good time, because it's not a good situation. It's been horrible what's happened, but it came about as a good time for me, so I can really reflect on my game and where I was going and knuckle down and improve during this time. But Carlisle was great for me. I've got nothing but good things to say about the club, the staff, the fans. The fans stuck to me great, and it was a great experience for me. So now I can use that experience that I learned at Carlisle and bring it to Bradford and hopefully kick on.
And similarly, when you talk about the pandemic and how it's sort of put a stop to everything, we've got a little bit of downtime as such now. Is that giving you a chance, now you're here and you're going to be here for the next 2 years, to sit back and really outline the sort of goals and the aims that we've got going forward this season and beyond?
Yeah, of course. I think every club's obviously got goals in where they want to end up, and I think it's obvious where this club should be. But I think I'm a big believer in just taking one day at a time, one game at a time, and the only thing you can focus on is the next day, the next game. When you start to look ahead, I think that's when you start to become unstuck. So I try to live my life by try to be better the next day than you was the previous day. And I think that's how everybody should work really. Once you start to look ahead and then you start to take your eye off the goal and stuff like that, that's when you become unstuck. So I think it's important we just take one day at a time, one game at a time, and then work hard as a team, and hopefully we'll get to our end goal.